This is the camera I use for the majority of my mountain bike videos, and it is the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. So disclaimer, full transparency, this is a sponsored video by DJI. They have asked me to make this video, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing the Action 5 Pro. Even though this is a sponsored video, all of the opinions in this video are going to be my own, my honest opinions, and if you know me, you know that I'm not going to make a sponsored video about a product that I personally don't use all the time. And I do use this all the time. I love this camera, and basically today in this video I just want to showcase the camera, tell you all of my favorite features about it, and yeah, hopefully give you some insights into how I use it to film my videos. So in case you're new to this channel, I've been making mountain bike videos for almost 10 years now on YouTube, and I've had my fair share of cameras, from action cameras to DSLRs, mirrorless cameras, and even cinema cameras now. So yeah, that's just a little bit of backstory about me. So now let's get into the camera. So the first thing I want to talk about is one of the reasons that I think this camera is so good for mountain biking and for other extreme sports, and that is the battery life. So this Action 5 Pro uses the 1950 milliamp hour batteries. And honestly, I have never been on a shoot or a riding day where I've used more than one of these batteries. I don't even think I've used a whole battery in one day before. And that just shows how long these batteries last, especially if you're not leaving your camera on all the time. Personally, I literally just press the top button, the record button, it turns the camera on and then instantly starts recording. Then when I've finished the lap or whatever I'm filming, I'll press it again, turn it off. And as long as I keep doing that throughout the day, I will never use a full battery. Battery life is so important in mountain biking, whether it's on your e-bike or your action camera. You don't want to have to pedal all the way back to your car or your house just to get another battery. For me personally, I don't like taking rucksacks like backpacks when I ride, so I won't put camera batteries in there. And also in the UK winter, I don't want to have a camera battery in my pocket because it will probably rain and ruin that battery, right? So the fact that you can do a whole day of riding on one battery is game changer for me, and I love it. So the next thing I want to speak about kind of has correlation with battery life, and that is how quickly this thing turns on. Now DJI say it's 0.3 of a second, and honestly I believe them. I'm going to do a little test now. I'll say 3, 2, 1 and I'll turn it on. So let's go 3, 2, 1. It's on already. It's ready to go, ready to start recording. And to me, that is super important, because if you're at the top of a trail with a load of friends, no one wants to be waiting around for that guy to turn his camera on for him to be ready, right? There's always that one person that's always faffing. You don't want to be that guy. And this enables that. It also enables you to never miss a shot. I've had so many times where I've been filming events, like filming a race or something, and I can't turn my camera on quick enough, or I can't click record quick enough. This camera is the complete opposite. You press the button, it starts recording, you get the shot, you turn it off. I don't know how they've managed to do it so it turns on that quickly.
Magic.
47 gigabytes of internal storage. That's what this has inside it. And honestly, I have no idea why action camera companies didn't do this sooner. Because obviously now you don't need to buy an SD card for your camera if you want to use it. You can literally just use it straight out of the box. And I think that's really cool, especially for your average consumer who maybe doesn't know what SD card to buy. It's sick that it has internal storage, so you can just go out and shoot. And 47 gig is quite a lot, especially if you're only shooting in 1080p. Like, you're not going to fill that up very easily. Personally, I shoot in 4K, 30p most of the time, so I like running an SD card in this camera just as a backup, but I do also use the internal storage a lot of the time. So that's a really neat feature that they have in there, the internal storage. So this next feature is not so much about the camera itself, it's more about its connectivity with other DJI products. And I want to talk about this DJI mic, which I have on right now. So you can so easily pair your Action 5 to these DJI microphones. It's unreal. You literally turn the camera on. As long as you've already paired it, it's literally ready to go, and all your audio will be synced. And honestly, even though the microphone on this camera is really good, it's never going to be as good as one of the DJI Mic Minis or a DJI Mic 2, for example. So the fact you can connect them so easily is sick. And personally, I've been running the Mic Mini and the Mic 2 when I use this for shooting POV stuff. Sometimes I do just take this because honestly, the wind noise reduction is really good on this camera. Like, it does sound really good, even if you don't have any wind cover on it. But there's always going to be some wind noise. So to take these mics out, and I don't know if you can see it, it's so small, but It's got a magnet on the back, you can just clip it onto your clothes. It also has a dead cat, like a windshield on it. So you just get really good wind noise reduction and you get crisp and clear audio that you can use in your POV footage. And I think audio is often overlooked by people, but it is one of the most important parts of a video. So for you to be able to connect these mics, and you can actually connect 2 mics at the same time to this camera. And yeah, this mic mini or the DJI Mic 2 are worth the purchase in my opinion. Now this camera of course has a screen on the back, a touchscreen, OLED touchscreen on the back, but it also has an OLED touchscreen on the front, which is really useful. Just means you don't have to keep switching the camera around to look at a screen, right? Like you can still see everything you need to see on the front screen, and they're OLED, so they're great quality and they're really bright. So even on sunny days, you can still see what your shot's gonna look like, and obviously you can play back your footage and watch it with ease. So yeah, the screens on this camera are really nice. So I don't know how much I would use this next feature, but it is really interesting to have it on this camera, and it is their subject centering and tracking feature. So basically, if you were, for example, doing a vlog and you're a self shooter like me, I shoot by myself most of the time, you can put the camera on a tripod facing you and it will actively track your movement in the shot. So it will crop into the shot a little bit and then it will follow you around. So it almost looks handheld instead of looking like a static shot like a tripod shot normally would. It's a really funky little feature. I don't know how much I would use it, but if you are looking to switch up the shots in your video a little bit, like add a bit of variety, add a bit of movement, add a bit of action, it's a nice feature to have. So yeah, you can use this feature up to 2.7K and 60p. It's a shame it's not in 4K, but it's not the end of the world. So this thing also has 13.5 stops of dynamic range. So the fact they've managed to pack that into this tiny little action camera is really impressive. So another impressive feature of this camera is the super night mode. It's basically a mode specifically made for shooting at night, in case you couldn't guess that, or in the dark. And you can actually push your ISO in this mode to 40,000, which is crazy. I think in the normal standard shooting mode, it's 12,800. And the fact you can push it to 40K in super night mode is ridiculous. And that's shooting at 4K 60p. You really shouldn't be able to do that in a camera this small with a sensor this small, but I don't know how often I'm going to use that super night mode, honestly. I don't ride at night very often, I don't really enjoy it. But if you ride at night, that would be something that you'd probably want to utilize, the super night mode, because 40,000 ISO, you'll be able to get your image way brighter. Hopefully you'll be able to see a lot more and see clearer than a lot of other cameras as well. So that's cool. So there's a few other things I want to talk about, and they're accessory based. So the first one is this ND filter set. And this is really essential if you want to get that really fast looking footage with motion blur. You'll see a lot of pro riders now doing this in mountain biking. They'll turn their shutter speed all the way down and get loads of motion blur to make their footage look really fast and a little bit shaky to make it look probably more like what our eyes would see. And basically, if you're shooting on a really bright sunny day, you won't be able to run that low of a shutter speed because there'll be too much light coming into the sensor of the camera. So you use these ND filters, basically kind of like sunglasses for your camera. So you put them over the lens and they basically let less light into your camera, and it means that you can use a lower shutter speed, and it means that you will get more motion blur, your footage will look faster and more natural. So yeah, those ND filters are cool. There's also things like this flexible mount where you can mount the camera to different parts of your bike, for example. You can mount it on the handlebars or on the chainstay and just get some cool unique shots. I don't think you want to overdo these types of shots because they can get a little bit overused and a little bit boring after a while, but it's cool to have the option to do it. This is something I use literally every ride. It's a DJI helmet clip, and if you have your full face helmet here, you literally just open this clip up, clip it on, and then you can magnetically attach your Action 5 or your Action 4 to the helmet. Super easy, and my favorite thing about this clip is that you can take it off and your helmet looks exactly how it did when you bought it. You don't have to get any of these sticky ones that go on here with adhesive or cable ties. It's literally just clip on, clip off. So yeah, I use that all the time. Would definitely recommend that if you're going to get this camera. And last but not least, this tiny little thing here, which is actually the FOV boost lens. And the FOV bit stands for field of view. So it's the field of view boost lens, and basically how you use it is you unscrew the original lens on your Action 5, and you can use it for the Action 4 as well, and you screw on this boost lens which maximizes your field of view. So you'll get way wider field of view, both vertically and horizontally, and it just means that you get way more in your image. And for mountain biking, that is super important. I think the wider angle also makes it look a bit faster as well, which is cool. The main reason I use this is so that I can actually shoot for different platforms all in one shot. So I'll film horizontally like this, which means I can use it for YouTube long form videos just like this one. But if I wanted to do TikTok, YouTube shorts, or Instagram reels, I would normally have to shoot vertically if I was using this standard lens. But with the boost lens, because it's so wide, when you shoot horizontally, you can crop in and get a really good vertical image from that horizontal footage, and that's way easier than having to do it twice. FOV boost lens is a big plus for me, and I would really recommend this. The only real problem with this, well, there's two problems I can see happening, and one is that it could get scratched so easily because it's so big, which would be a problem, but I guess you would just have to take the L and buy a new one. And then two, you can't get the ND filters on the FOV boost lens, which is a shame. It means you can't get that motion blur when you're in sunny conditions, for example. But if you're really after the motion blur that bad, you'll just have to go out and shoot at sunset, or, you know, on an overcast day where you can just run a slower shutter speed anyway. So yeah, I think that is everything for this video on the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. Hopefully you found it useful, entertaining, or informative, or any of those things. And if you did, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Honestly, we're almost at 100,000 subscribers now, which is quite surreal. I think we're just over 7,000 away. That's always been my dream since I started this channel, was to get to 100k, get that 100k subscribers YouTube plaque. And the fact that it could happen by the end of this year is super exciting for me. So yeah, I'm just going to be posting way more mountain bike content for the rest of this year, trying to get to that 100k. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.